Hey gamers, welcome back to Creative Gamers. Today we're talking about something huge for the emulation community, the first ever Nintendo Switch Emulator available directly on the Play Store. It's called Eden Switch Emulator, and after the original Yuzu emulator got taken down, this one has officially made its way onto Android. But here's the thing, installing Eden alone won't be enough. You'll need a few files to make it work properly, like your firmware file, your prod.keys file, and of course your own NSP or XCI game files. So let's walk step by step through how to set it up, and then I'll show you the best settings for smoother performance. Now open your emulator and start the setup. The first step is to enable notifications so you don't miss any prompts. After that, install your product keys. These are required for your games to boot. Next, install the firmware file, which is just as important because it lets the emulator read and run your Switch games properly. Once that's done, set up your game directories. Eden supports both NSP and XCI formats, so you're good to go. After completing these steps, you'll land on the home screen where all your saved games will appear, ready to launch. Next comes the most important part, adjusting the settings for smooth performance. Head into advanced settings, then into system settings. Here, set the limit speed to 200%, which helps unlock the full performance of the emulator. A new feature has been added here called NCA verification. Make sure to disable it. In the network section, generate a web token. This creates a random number, just save it, and then type in your username of choice and save that too. These steps are small but necessary for proper configuration. Now move into graphics settings. Set the accuracy level to normal, which balances performance and compatibility. For resolution, I recommend balanced at 0.75x. If you're on a low-end device, you can drop this to 0.5x for smoother gameplay. If you're using an Adreno GPU, you can turn on force maximum clocks to squeeze out more performance, enable asynchronous shaders to reduce stuttering during gameplay, set VSync mode to immediate for lower input lag, and adjust the aspect ratio to stretch to window so games fill the screen properly. In device overlay settings, you can turn overlays off since they aren't really necessary. Then move down to Eden's Veil settings, which are a bit more advanced. Here, set extended dynamic state to 1 or 2 depending on how powerful your device is, and set VRAM usage mode to aggressive. There are more options in here, but most of the defaults are good, and in future updates I'll share the best combinations for performance. Eden also supports custom GPU drivers, which is great for Snapdragon users. To set this up, go back to the main settings and under GPU driver click Fetch. You'll see a recommended driver list with options like Mr. Purple Turnip, GameHub Adreno, or Kimchi Turnip. For me, the emulator recommended Mr. Purple Turnip T22, so I downloaded and applied that driver, and it worked perfectly. As for multiplayer, there's nothing new in this update, but the developers say it works fine. I'll be making a separate video showing exactly how to set it up, so stay tuned for that. Now let's test some games. First up is the brand new release Hollow Knight Silksong, and it runs beautifully on Eden. Since it's a 2D game, performance is excellent. I'm getting stable 60 frames per second when locking the frame rate, and without a lock, it even goes above 100 frames. Next, I tried Stray, the Switch version of the cat adventure game. Here, the emulator held a steady 30 frames per second with no stutters or fluctuations. It felt smooth and consistent, though I think the Switch version itself is capped at 30 FPS because it feels like the game could easily run higher. Lastly, I tested Red Dead Redemption, the original game, and honestly, the performance is pretty impressive. There's no extra performance boost compared to before, but the graphics are much smoother, and those annoying graphical glitches are gone. The game runs at around 20 to 25 FPS with some fluctuations, which is still solid for a title of this scale running on Android. And that's it. You're all set up with the Eden Switch Emulator, the first Nintendo Switch emulator on the Play Store. With the right settings, even mid-range and low-end devices can handle Switch games decently. So, what do you think? Will Eden become the new go-to Switch emulator for Android, or will it face the same fate as Yuzu? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss out on more emulator and gaming updates.